What's up, friends and fam? My name is David Cola, and I play the drums. What's up, guys? So it's Q&A day. I thought I'd do a Q&A today, you know? So I just asked on Instagram, just posted a little picture, cute picture of me, and I said Q&A day. So ask away, yeah. So without further ado, let's jump into the Q&A. Favorite pattern to play around the kit? Still, the 6-stroke roll. It will always be the 6-stroke roll. What shoes do you wear when you play? 1 second. I wear Vans. What was the biggest challenge you faced moving / getting started in LA? I mean, in general, like, the biggest challenge was moving to LA. It's just difficult. It's difficult to move in general. It's difficult to move to a new city you've never lived in or been to. I think one of the more stressful parts about moving anywhere is just finding a place to live. For me, when I first moved here, I actually rented out an Airbnb for about the same price as this apartment is actually. And I sat in that Airbnb for about 4 weeks trying to figure out where I was going to live. So I was just going online and looking at wherever I could, and I actually found this place on Craigslist, and I love it. And it's in a prime location, and everything I need is within walking distance, and my lockout is only 10 minutes away with traffic, so it's perfect. That's one of the more stressful things, and that's the thing that really stressed me out and also my parents. I talked about this in another video, but money is just a pain in the butt, you know? It's really, really expensive here in LA. And it's not that I didn't have money in my savings, but I just didn't want to take any money out of my savings, you know? So it made it a bit difficult, and I'm happy to say that it took me this long until I finally feel like I'm in a good place as far as money and my financial situation is concerned. And I moved here in January, and it's now October, just the beginning of October. So it took a while, and that was probably the most challenging part about moving here in LA. Next question, how do you record your videos? So right now I'm using a Canon T7i. I don't have a microphone on this, and I'm using a cheap $15 tripod. Oh, and I got a new lens. So I got the 11-16 millimeter Takina f2.8, and it's really nice. I like it. And then when I'm on the road for gigs and stuff like that, I'm usually using a Zoom H4n for my audio, and when I'm in my lockout, I absolutely have my Shure SM57s and my AKG P420 for overheads and different equipment like that, and my Behringer interface. And yeah, I hope it looks good on your end. I'm trying to improve my quality. How did you start to get big gigs? I would say I don't really have any big gigs. If you're talking about something like Lollapalooza, you can watch that vlog and where I explain my situation and how I actually ended up on that. And the cruise ship gig, I did like a 30-minute Skype audition, and that's it. And other than that, I'm sitting in a 10x10 box, and I'm making videos for you. How old are you? I am 23 years old. I'm gonna turn 24 December 1st. This is a good question. How big of an impact has social media had on your career? Like, where do you think you would be, ... at this point in time if you didn't do YouTube and Instagram and things? Interesting. I would say without Instagram and YouTube and social media in general, I wouldn't have a career at all. I feel like I could have sat in a practice room for as long as possible, but if I just did that and didn't share any content along with it, then no one would have known who I was. I wouldn't have the same friends I wouldn't have the same mentors that I do, and I feel like life would be 100% different. This is a very interesting question because I feel like a lot of my friendships would be different as well. I feel like I would have lost touch with a lot of friends that I'm really close with now. And if I didn't have social media, I feel like that after school, I would have just dropped off the face of the earth, which I do have a lot of friends that have done that and I haven't heard from since school. Another example is like Lollapalooza. So I am good friends with Jackie and Gray and Ethan, all from Berkeley. But I feel like they wouldn't have even known that I was in town if I didn't post about it at all, if I didn't post about it on social media at all. And so if they didn't know I was in LA, then I would have never played a cover gig with them, which could have led to other gigs, which could have led to Lollapalooza. Another example is the church gig that I have right now. I wouldn't have gotten that church gig if I didn't know E-Man. E-Man is Andy Grammer's drummer. I've talked about him a lot. He's been in all my videos. So I met E-Man through Instagram, an Instagram drum group chat that was formed, and E-Man and I were put in the same group. And that's how we actually met, was through Instagram. So if I never posted at all or got my name out there at all, I would have never been put in that group chat, and I would have never met E-Man. So, and also E-Man has become a very good mentor to me, and he's also put me in a good direction. It's really helping ground me since I moved to LA. And I mean grounding as in, like, he's helped me sort of get my footing here in LA, sort of understand how things work, and also like how I was doing and things that I should be cautious of or think about, or what other people do and how I could approach it. There's just a million things. So like, for example, E-Man is a big mentor of mine. So if I never posted a video on Instagram, then I never would have met him. Yeah, I feel like I would have missed out on a lot of friends, like Casey Cooper, I would say, was a good friend of mine who's helped me so much throughout the years, and if I never did anything, I wouldn't be friends with him. He would still be that guy that I saw on YouTube. Or like Juan Carlito Mendoza, he's another big mentor of mine who's helped me and sort of pushed me along. That's another person who I watched his drum off video from, I believe, 2012, like over and over again when I was growing up and when I was still in high school. And it's crazy that I can call him a friend now and even a mentor and someone that I know is there for me to help me out on this journey, you know? So without Instagram and social media, I wouldn't be in the same place. I wouldn't have the same mentors and I wouldn't have the same friends. Like so many of the people that have inspired me to do what I'm trying to do and keep pushing. Honestly, I think it's crazy how social media has affected this industry. I feel like there's so many musicians out there that just do not understand the potential of social media. And that can go into the topic of like endorsements. So like touring musicians got endorsements because they're always playing shows around the world, but now Instagram and social media influencers, every time they post they're posting it to 50,000 people, which is more people than what a touring musician might see on the road. And yeah, you might be playing to 50,000 people in a huge arena that you can show off your zillion cymbals and your pro drums to, but if you have 50,000 people that are specifically catered towards drums, that are there for drums, and that's what they want to see, and that's like their path and what they're interested in, that is such a huge difference, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that and don't understand the possibilities with it. And something that is really, really difficult for me is to see people that don't take advantage of social media. I know so many amazing musicians that are light years beyond like anything that I will ever achieve, but they do not post anything and they're so unknown, and it hurts me. And I say this all the time, and if you're a friend of mine, then I'd probably tell you, like, post something, like anything, please. And I think the biggest thing is that you don't have to post for followers to build a following, but you can use social media as like your online resume, and you can use it to meet people. Like another example is one of my friends who just posts videos casually on Instagram. He doesn't have like the most ridiculous following or anything, but an artist found his videos on the Explore page of Instagram, and now he's touring and opening up for a huge artist, doing sold out shows in the country's like biggest theaters. And that all came from one artist scrolling through his Instagram maybe one night and just finding his video. Or even my friend Kevin Smart, I posted a vlog with him. He plays for Jake Miller and his own band, The Stolen. And I'm pretty positive he got the Jake Miller gig because he posted a cover on YouTube. So that's crazy. That's literally insane. It's things like that where it might be small and it might be a rare occurrence, but it does happen. And I think one of the biggest things is that you never know who's watching you. Like even right now, I don't know who's watching this video. I have no idea, but maybe it's the CEO of YouTube or Coca-Cola right now. Sup? You never know who could be watching, and I think that's the best part, is that you don't know. And every time you upload a video, you're putting yourself out there for possible opportunities. And of course you can look at it from like a business standpoint, like I'm gonna post on Instagram and I'm gonna get a lot of followers, and I'm gonna use this for my business so I can make money and survive, which is a fair and valid point. Personally, like, I like creating content. I like creating videos. I have a million ideas, and I feel like I have a voice that I feel like I can share, which is epic. And I think the biggest thing is that I can reach you, and whoever you are watching my video, I can reach you and I can talk to you and I can see what's up in your life. Well, I can't see you, but I can say hey. But I think the craziest idea is that I don't know who you are. I don't know why you're watching me. But if I can help you in any way, and maybe if I can show you what I'm doing with my life, then maybe it can inspire you to do something crazy with your life, something that would go way, way more beyond anything that I will ever achieve. And that's the thing that excites me, and that's what excites me about posting videos and creating content. It really takes a lot to edit and to post videos and create ideas and stuff, so I feel like it's the most important thing to be into it, to actually want to do do it. And that's why I also said that you don't need to do it for followers or for fame, but you need to have your own specific reason to do it. And I know people that use Instagram as their online resumes and things like that to get their name out there. And I think that's the best thing that they can do. So the best part about social media is that there's room for everyone, and there's room for you, and there's room for your voice. Even if you think no one will care, maybe there'll be one person that will care, and maybe you can affect them in a very positive way. Or maybe you could be the music director of Ariana Grande, and they could be like, that's our new bass player, or that's our new guitar player. Boom, that's our new keys player. Boom. Like, you never know. There's so much room for opportunity. I don't know how to explain it, okay? And the craziest part is I don't consider myself a major YouTuber or a major social media influencer or anything. But the fact that I get messages from people who I don't know who completely believe in everything that I'm doing is insane, and I can't even fathom that. And all I want to do at this point is give back as best as I can, and maybe potentially inspire someone else to do something greater than I ever will. So without social media, so without YouTube and Instagram and anything else, I wouldn't be me. I mean, I'd still be me, but I feel like my life would be completely different. Who knows, maybe I would have quit drums, and maybe I would have quit on this dream that I've had since I was young. I don't know, I feel like I just ranted for so long, but social media has changed my life in so many ways, in so many positive ways, and I'm so happy and thankful for everything. And I honestly couldn't imagine a life without social media. So yes, it was a very, very big impact. Social media is a very big impact on David Cola's career and choices in life. It's a crazy thing to think about, but I'm gonna stop that rant there and move on with the Q&A. So yeah, I hope that answers that question. Which drummers have inspired you the most? JP Bouvet when I was in high school. Then it was like Matt Garska, all those gospel cats. Jermaine Poindexter, Josh Foster was a big one. They're peers of mine at Berkeley. E-Man has had a big influence. Vinny Colaiuta, Dave Weckl, the main ones, Steve Gadd. Chris Coleman is insane. Aaron Spears is insane. Those are just to name a few, but there's a lot. Like, I feel like I'm inspired by everyone every time I see a post by anyone. Andy Prado is another big one. He's ridiculous. Many drummers. How should I tune my snare like yours? Go watch my snare tuning video. Do you still do cruise line drum gigs? Currently, I do not do cruise ship drum gigs anymore since I'm here in LA and I want to stay here in LA. But what I do want to do, and I'm not saying I'm going to go back to cruise ships like for good and do that as a full-time gig or anything, but I think it would be good if I went back for a week, film it all, like film it as detailed as possible, and also get to travel somewhere cool, because I still want to go to like Hawaii, I still want to go to like Alaska, Japan, China, Asia, Korea, I don't know, Russia. I want to go back to Russia. There's so many places I want to go, so if I can do that for a week and also have content and be able to film content that I think you would all find interesting. Like, I feel like what I didn't do when I was on ships, I didn't film like the drills, and I feel like, and now looking back on it, I wish I filmed more of the crap. more of the stuff. Yeah, I just wish I filmed more daily vlogs and more stuff like that. How do you prepare for auditions? Any key exercises or tips? Know the material. If you have things to prepare, if you have specific things you need to prepare, you prepare them. That's it. Yeah, do that and then be you. All you can do is be you, so be you. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. What's the key to gospel chops? Please help me. The key to gospel chops is in my lesson packs, my PDF chops guide that you can buy at www.davidcoladrums.com/lesson packs. So go check it out. What's your favorite fast food hamburger? Trying to settle a debate. If I'm going cheap, then I'd say In-N-Out. But if I'm willing to spend some money, I'd say Shake Shack. Alright, so I talked a lot in this Q&A, and I think I hit some good topics that maybe you were wondering about. So, also, I'm trying to build my Patreon community, and if you're interested in joining my 30 people Patreon community and also getting over a month's worth of chops that are already on there, and new patterns every single day for as long as I can do it, then feel free to check out my Patreon, and you can ask me whatever, we can talk and join the community there, because it's fun. It's a good time. It's good hangs. good chills. Yeah, guys, hope you enjoyed and look forward to seeing you in the next video. So, my name is David Cole and I play drums, and I'll see you, my friends and fam, later.